So here are three EB-1A profile building opportunities for those of you who are software engineers. And these are just opportunities for you to get started with profile building. They're meant to be ways for you to get involved in your field, and they can also help you check off some criteria. But the idea is to get the ball rolling, to meet more top professionals in your field as a way to start finding opportunities to strengthen your EB-1A profile. And these are just three of the many opportunities I've listed in my profile building opportunities database. For those of you who are interested in finding more EB-1A profile building opportunities, you can definitely find more of these opportunities in my profile building opportunities database, which is a part of my newsletter resources. Through the resources, you will also get access to my private group where you can meet other profile builders and work together with others in your field to build your EB-1A profile. More information about my group and newsletter resources in the link in the comments. But back to these three profile building opportunities. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Jason, and I currently share resources on EB-1A profile building, as well as on NIW and O1 profile building. And these are just resources I built based on insights from working with top immigration lawyers, as well as having worked with hundreds of profile builders for EB-1A, EB-2 NIW, and O1. So these are three opportunities you definitely want to look into that are coming up if you are a software engineer, starting with Github Universe. Github Universe is a conference that is hosted by GitHub. It seems like, based on the numbers that they show on their website, it's going to be attended by quite a few people, and there'll be quite a few speakers and quite a few sessions. These are the kinds of conferences you want to be attending as a way to meet other top professionals in your field and to also use as evidence that you've distinguished yourself amongst top professionals in your field. Now, for those of you who are software engineers, probably know what GitHub is, and this seems to be their annual conference. So this is definitely something you should apply to speak at, and they currently have an open call for speakers. So you can definitely submit a conference proposal right now, since there's still quite a few months until this conference. And you can also, if you are interested in speaking in this conference, something else you can do is reach out to people who work at GitHub to see if you can get in contact with someone who can give you more information about this conference and potentially even refer you to the conference organizers. Striking up a conversation with conference organizers, not just for this conference, but for any conferences in general, is always a good way to learn more about the needs of the conference and to show that you're really interested in the opportunities that are being offered by the conference you're interested in. So if you do want to go the extra mile, you want to make the extra effort to get noticed by the organizers, definitely reach out to people at GitHub, try to see if they have an events team of some kind, and see if you can start a conversation with them. The next opportunity is LeadDev New York. So LeadDev is an organization that hosts a bunch of publications as well as conferences for top engineering managers and leaders. It's an organization you definitely want to get involved with, especially in contributing to their publications. You can also contribute to their conferences by being a speaker at one of their upcoming conferences. And right now they do have an open call for speakers, so you can submit your talk through this website. And again, if you want to get noticed, don't just rely on applying. Don't just rely on submitting a talk. You want to be getting in touch with the people who will most likely be reviewing your speaker application. And for LeadDev, it's probably going to be advisory board members. I've had a conversation with them, and it seems like their publications are reviewed by their advisory board members. So conference proposals are probably also reviewed by their advisory board members. It's something you can test out. You can just reach out to some of these advisory board members, or even reach out to all of them, and then see if you can start a conversation with some of them as a way to learn more about LeadDev New York and what topics they're interested in, and to really reinforce that interest you have in speaking at the conference. Because it's not like everyone who is going to be applying to speak will be doing this. So this may be a way to set yourself apart from other people who are applying for speaking positions. Yeah, you can just reach out to these people on LinkedIn, or if possible, you can try to find their emails. And the last opportunity is KCD Texas Austin 2025. So this is more of a local event, and it's not as big in scale as the other two opportunities that I just discussed, but there's still going to be quite a few attendees. There are going to be quite a few speakers, quite a few talks, quite a few virtual attendees as well. So you'll get the kind of exposure you'll want from top professionals in the field of software engineering. So it's going to be top software engineers will be attending this, top cloud computing professionals, definitely the kind of event you want to be attending. And for this, there isn't really, yeah. So if you look here, quite a few top engineers will be attending this. And if you look here, there isn't really a call for speakers, but you can still reach out to them to see. So there's a contact us button. You can still reach out to them to see if there are any last minute opportunities to speak. But even if you aren't able to speak at this kind of event, it's always good to try to attend these kinds of events, to meet people who will be speaking, to meet other top professionals in your field who are doing the kinds of activities you want to be doing. That is key. Getting to know professionals who are doing the kinds of activities you want to be doing. That is what you want to be doing to land more profile building opportunities. All three of these opportunities are really just starting points in profile building, and you should be using them as ways to get involved in more activities by meeting these kinds of top professionals at these conferences. So these are just three opportunities to build your EB-1A profile, three opportunities you should definitely look into if you are a software engineer. And if you, again, want more profile building opportunities, feel free to check out my profile building opportunities database, which is a part of my newsletter resources. As part of my newsletter resources, you will also get access to my private group, which gives you access to a group where people are constantly working with each other, sharing top profile building opportunities with each other, because we have quite a few committee chairs, we have quite a few people who are a part of conference organizing committees who are open to sharing the kinds of opportunities that you definitely want to be looking into. So if you're interested in my newsletter resources, feel free to check out the link in the comments. So those are just three opportunities you want to be looking to if you are building your EB-1A profile.